Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? My kid's favorite show. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Hey guys, Jason here. In today's episode, we're going to learn how to make a custom SpongeBob SquarePants clock. We're going to be using models that I made from scratch, taking the pictures, turning those into SVGs, taking the SVGs and turning those into a model. And if you would like to see how that was done, I'll link a video for it right up here. And let's get into it. Okay guys, we're just going to start a new model. I'm going to be using 30 by 30 inches. I'm going to use a large model because it'll be easier to work with. All of the model pieces that I'm using today, I will leave a link in the description below, so check those out. And when we open our model here, I have already pre-saved all of my components for this project into my clip art library. If you need to know how to do that, it's pretty simple. You just have to import reliefs into Carveco, save them as a .art file, and then just put those files into the library where these are located, which should be like documents, Carveco /reliefs. And then once you import those in there, they will be readily available in your clip art library. The first part of this we're going to bring in is the clock face. I'm going to use a 25 inch by 25 inch. We're also going to use a 1/2 inch height. We press F9 and that will center the clock. In our paste mode over here, we want to have this on add, and we just paste that down. And you can see that it put our clock face here. Now we're just going to add all of the different components, and this is where we're going to stack the multiple STLs or model components to make this custom clock. And I'm going to start with SpongeBob here. And we'll bring each component in and just put it basically where we want it. It doesn't have to be exact. We're going to try to make them close to the same size. This is 6 by 6. He completely covers up that number, but he's going to leave some room for the other characters. Looks like we have him at 1.3 inches tall, and you can adjust that with the slider here. You can see dropping him below those numbers. We want him above the numbers. We want to put this also on merge high. If you put it on add, it will add the details below this, so the numbers will actually be added to his face, and you want his face to be on top of the numbers, so that's what merge high will do. So we paste that down and it puts the model on top of the other model. Now we're just going to add our other components and basically go around the clock. I'll bring in Karen. We're going to bring Karen in here on the 1. And the little dot at the bottom will allow you to rotate. And if you hover right over it, it will give you those 2 lines right there. And that will let you twist the model. So you can rotate and twist the model until it fits the shape that you're looking for. And so if we look overhead, we just want it to kind of line up with the 1. So we're just going to rotate that a little bit more. So we're going to paste that down. And let's move on to our next model, Plankton. And we rotate Plankton around. And again, we're just trying to approximate the same sizes. You can just, by looking at the numbers over here, or you can just kind of visualize it. As long as you're close, it will look good. Let's paste that down. Let's use Gary. Let's put Gary over here on the 2. Maybe just rotate him a little. Okay, paste that down. Patrick Star. Yeah, Patrick Star may look better on the bottom. He's got these big arms. We'll paste him down there. Squidward. And like I said, you can make these all to your preference. Whatever looks good for you. And we're just going to line her up a little bit. Maybe turn her a little back this way just a bit. Okay. Crabs. Sandy cheeks. Sandy down here. And last, of course, Miss Puffs. Okay. Kind of like that there. Okay, guys, now that I've got all my characters on my clock, I'm going to import the two names, the SpongeBob and the SquarePants. Now, I just imported a picture and converted that picture to an SVG. Using the SVG, I then converted that to 3D using the same method as we made Mrs. Puff. So check that video out to learn how to make these 3D letters like this. Let's look at this from the side, and we can get our height of our letters here. We want to give this a little bit of height. Paste that there. And then our SquarePants here, it's got this flat back. This is going to be the only occasion where we're going to come over here and press add. That's so that the entire part of this will be added to the plane. You can always press F9 to center it in your project and then just bring it down. We paste that down. All right. And the last little touch I wanted to make on my other model, I had some bubbles. The original SpongeBob SquarePants has little air bubbles floating up. And the way I did that was I just created some circles here of varying sizes. Like so. And then I like these. And we'll just use our shape editor. Give them round. Apply that add. And there we go. And then finally, to reshape and resize this, you can either use the cookie cutter and now make this to a size that's easier for you to cut out. Like so. Or we can also export this using our Create Triangle Mesh tool. Create our triangle mesh and save this. We save it as a STL and we can import that back into our projects. Guys, if you like this content, please subscribe, hit the like button and ring the bell. That lets us know we're doing okay. If you had any questions about our content today, and if there's a video that you would like for me to make, please leave it in the comments below. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you on the next one.